We have now reached the N'Keal Harry portion of the show.
Here we go.
Look, it is what it is. We know how this conversation goes. Evan defends N'Keal Harry. Everybody gets really mad at Evan. They light up the things and says, why are you defending him? Forget about it. We're not doing that again. What we are talking about is, at this point, does he belong on the field? Period. I get it. In 3 receiver sets, that's what you're going to have. When Julian Edelman comes back, does N'Keal Harry see the field at all at this point? And again, we have to go over it. The production isn't there. There are a couple times, and they showed one on the broadcast too, where he's running free across the middle of the field. Cam doesn't hit him. Again, he's short of the sticks there, but you give him a chance there to make a play. Fine, there's that. There was another play, I think, also where he was open by a yard or two heading down the field, and Cam did not throw it there. So what people see at home is 3 targets, no receptions, 1 drop, a bad penalty, and also a questionable, whatever, a penalty, and then absolutely blowing a blocking assignment that ended that killed the drive on that set. It was 2nd and 5, turns into 3rd and 13 because he just does not make his block there. And the play gets eaten up for an 8-yard loss. Drive killer. Patriots go 3 and out very quickly and give the ball back there. Definitely not what you wanted to see happen on that possession. So almost everything was bad. Everything was bad today. You can't point to a single positive thing that N'Keal Harry did. So here we are again.
Hey, he made a good block on that screen to Damiere Byrd early on in the game. Here's the thing. Here's my little 2 cents about N'Keal Harry. The reason why I don't kind of jump on the train of bashing N'Keal Harry all the time is because I know behind the scenes how hard the kid works at it. It's not working for him, right?
Plus he's just not good at football.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, John. That's what I'm trying to say. He tries. He didn't draft himself in the first round. None of these things are necessarily his fault. So to me, it's just like piling on this topic over and over and over again gets nauseating, because it's like they made the wrong pick. He's not the player they wanted him to be. They should have picked, 7 guys ahead of him in the draft instead of N'Keal Harry. We don't have to list them all out. The pick was wrong. The decision was wrong. But that's on Belichick. That's on Nick Caserio. That's on the front office. I don't like to blame the player for getting overdrafted when it was clear at the time that the player got overdrafted, right? I mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of saying that DK Metcalf is better than N'Keal Harry when DK Metcalf was better than N'Keal Harry 3 years ago, and I could have told you he was going to be better than N'Keal Harry in the NFL. So blame the right guys.
I don't know. The jury's still out on that one, Evan.
Blame the right guys. The right guys to blame on N'Keal Harry are the decision makers, Bill Belichick, in the front office for making the pick to begin with. He had limitations in college. I called him a gadget player when they drafted him, because he was a guy that was really mostly useful on screens and jet sweeps and plays in space and running against zone coverage and then out jumping the defense, which is the one skill I think people would like to see them use more. But then again, on that slant that he dropped, that's that contested catch that you would like to see him come down with that he didn't come down with. It's clearly not working. It's clearly not a good pick at this stage of the game. And there's no disputing that whatsoever. I just don't like harping on it because
that's fine.
It's a bad decision by the personnel department, and that's all it needs to be.
And that's all I'm saying is, again, people want the first round pick to perform well, not N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry's probably not capable of doing any of the things that people want to see him do. So I am talking practically speaking. At this point, I find it hard to believe if Edelman were to return this year that Harry would see snaps at all.
And at this
point, you wonder if Moncrief's passed him on the depth chart already. And so, I mean, you could be looking at like in the coming weeks here with Harry, which, I mean, again, is sad, but I wonder honestly, if he were cut tomorrow, does he make anything other than another team's practice squad?
Yeah, it's sad to say, but I saw today more explosiveness and contact balance from Dante Moncrief on that kick return that we've seen from N'Keal Harry in his entire NFL career. Yeah. Moncrief has got the same size as N'Keal Harry. He probably can block just as well as N'Keal Harry can. And 2 weeks in a row, last week against Houston, he had a 15-yard reception on a shallow crosser that he broke a tackle and was able to run out of an angle and get up the field. And then he obviously returns a big kickoff here today for over 50 yards. So 2 plays in the last 2 weeks by Dante Moncrief receiver. He's already showing more explosiveness than N'Keal Harry. I don't know if Moncrief has the comfortability in the scheme yet to play such a large role, but it's clear to me that he might actually be a better receiver right now than N'Keal Harry. I don't even know if that's a question mark. Like, I don't even know if that's a debate to be had. I think Donte Moncrief is a better receiver than N'Keal Harry and probably should be playing over N'Keal Harry moving forward. But I think the Patriots are going to be stubborn and continue to try to make the first round pick work instead of trying to go to the journeyman wide receiver that's been on their practice squad the last month or so or whatever.
And that's the thing is it makes sense for the Patriots to do everything they can to see if they can not completely give up on this investment in only year 2, but just
the smart thing to do would be that you're Bill Belichick. You've won 6 Super Bowls. You got all the job security in the world. Admit you were wrong. Admit you made a bad pick and move on. They basically have done that. It took to year 3, but they basically have done that with Sony Michel. Sony Michel, he was injured and he obviously missed a few games. He came back today. It was still predominantly the Damian Harris show, right? I think they've realized that Damian Harris is the better back than Sony Michel at this stage. So realize the same thing with N'Keal. Jacoby Myers is better. Damiere Byrd is better. And there's a good chance that Donte Moncrief might be better as well. So do the right thing. Don't get caught in the fact that you'd made the pick in the first round and you need this guy to work to prove that you can still draft and all that kind of stuff. Don't get caught up in all that minutia. Just go with the best player.
Yeah. And again, it is sad because again,
it really is.
You're torn between, what you want to see happen with this year, which is if you want to see it as a development year, which many people do, you would like to see a little bit more of N'Keal, just throw it to it. What we haven't seen all year, which has been frustrating, is some 50-50s, some jump balls, some toss-ups on the sideline, some back shoulders. You'd love to see them force the issue some to see if that's even a viable option. You're having him run these, little crossers or whatever. He's just not getting clean.
They've turned him into a short yardage receiver. They turned him into an underneath receiver because he doesn't have the speed or the route running to run deep routes or intermediate routes. So basically what they're saying is you're going to play the X, you're going to block, you're going to run shallow crossers, you're going to run slants.
And that's it.
And that's it. And we're going to throw the ball to Jacoby and we're going to throw the ball to Damiere Byrd. And those are going to be the guys that we run our offense through in the passing game. And N'Keal Harry is really just out there for his block.
Clearing out the middle. Yeah.